Hi everybody, it's EK from EK Gorman Designs, and I am sneaking in this morning with the June Premium Membership Digital Art piece from Oddball Art. Each month there is a new exclusive to the Premium Membership Digital Art piece from Oddball. This is actually only a fraction of this month's digital piece. There's a whole bunch of different images that come with this month's Premium Membership. I picked out the sentiment, which has the peach attached to it, and then the bunny with the knife, and created this kind of visual look with the two. The theme for the challenge over at Oddball Art for the month of June is peach scone. I'm getting this horribly wrong. It's something to do with peach scones. Yeah, so thus the premium membership kind of reflects that theme for the month of peaches. Yeah, I'm getting the challenge theme incredibly wrong. We're all just going to forgive me because I'm not perfect. Yes, I printed this out a little bit larger than standard A2 card size because I decided to go with a 6x6 card frame for this month's premium image. And I'm coloring it up with my Copics. Now, I realize the spacing is awful. I have some horrendous spacing going on here. Don't worry, I trim it up eventually because there is no way one should leave spacing that looks like this because it is just downright awful. Framing, one of the tricks with digital art is getting it framed right, especially when you're taking multiple images and splicing them together, is to get it to lay out in a really nice way that looks realistic. I messed this one up slightly. The bunny should be maybe a millimeter or two to the right, so that his ear is more overlapping the peach than it is. It's just barely overlapping it. It was a mistake on my part. Live and learn. I didn't really realize it until I kind of finished coloring it and went, I just didn't frame the digital images correctly. And I wasn't going to go back and I wasn't going to start over. If you've ever watched me before, I don't start over because I make a mistake. I live with the mistake and I figure out how to make it work. In this case, I grounded the bunny with the shadow eventually, and that really kind of helped. And then I trimmed up the image, the paper literally, to frame the whole thing better. One of the great things about digital images, especially from Oddball Art, is you get them in a PNG format, and it allows you to overlay and push something to the background and pull something to the foreground, and really get these great ability to frame an image to how you specifically need it to be framed. So you're not stuck with just the most basic layout. You can actually manipulate the images. And like I said, this month's membership has multiple images that you can kind of layer over one another. So now that I've trimmed the paper down, doesn't that look better? It feels so much better. I would love to give you the dimensions of what I trimmed it down to. I don't know what I trimmed it down to. I just literally trimmed it so that there seemed to be an even amount of frame. I decided the sentiment was boring. Not that the sentiment's boring. I love the font on it, but just it sitting there black was boring. So I pulled back out the same colors I used to color the peach, and I colored up the sentiment so that it kind of had that layer, like it had its own haze. And then I realized I wanted to frame the image with some color. I could have very easily pulled out some peach cardstock and matted the whole image, but I don't think I actually own peach cardstock. I might. Do I? I don't think I do. Regardless, I have Copic markers, and you're perfectly capable of taking Copic markers and framing out the sides of your digital image, which is what I've chosen to do here. And I'm happy that I did. I also pulled out my blending marker and just kind of hazed out the edge of it. This is my 6x6 card frame, and I kind of was at a loss how to use it. And then I remembered I had Brusho. I've been kind of playing with my Brusho again, so I sprinkled a little orange Brusho, which comes out very peach looking. So I would have some kind of cool splatter, and this would have worked great had the main image been much smaller. I mean, it works, but look how good that splatter looks, and then I cover the whole thing up. Regardless, it's got a nice color on the background. I realized to really help the card work, I took a little bit more of the Brusho, wetted it down so it became a watercolor, and then just popped the color around the edges of the card frame. giving the card that kind of similar haze that the digital image has with that orange ring around it. And this, I think, actually ended up working out really well in my favor. Thanks for peeking in today. If you're not yet a member of Oddball Art Premium Club, I will include a link in the boxy below. Thanks for watching my video today. Make sure you go check out Oddball Art and all the cool things they've got going on over there. And until then, happy crafting.